Be sure and tell them Large Marge sent ya.
In the 90s, we were just teeny tykes. We went to movies and our bikes. We wanted to be DJs, but we were just teeny gals. So we went off to college and we remained best pals. 20 years later, we're still watching flicks and we're bringing you the feeling bit by bit. Sweetie and Sweetie are here to say it's the Large Marge Santa's podcast. Hey, hey.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. With your guide, Kurt Fogg. And here he is now.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Olmec. Welcome to Legends of the Hidden Temple. The rooms are filled with lost treasures that are protected by mysterious Mayan temple guards. Only Olmec knows the legend behind each of the treasures in his temple.
Hey guys, welcome to the Large Marge Santa's podcast, your favorite podcast where two sweetie sisters talk about game shows that shaped their childhood. I'm
Cool.
Sweetie.
I'm Sweetie.
And today we're doing a little bonus
Episode. Look out.
Bonus eps. Another game show,
Woo!
coincidentally. Last time we did was Supermarket Sweep. This time, though, we're changing gears and doing
Legends.
a game show
Oh.
on everyone's favorite channel, Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
And that would be
Legends of the Hidden Temple. Monkey noises. Okay. I thought I couldn't do monkey noises, but then I just tried and I did it. So I'm pretty proud of myself.
What's your monkey noise? Oh, mine is like
These were like crazy monkeys. They were like really spazzy.
Screech.
Spazzy
Spider
monkeys.
monkeys?
Yeah. Capuchin monks.
I love capuchins.
I know.
Remember
I
at
know you
Jungle
do.
Larry's? They had all like, the Monkey Island.
Yes.
There's this
yes,
great
yes.
zoo kind of place in Naples, Florida. It's still there. It might have closed down. It's called Jungle Larry's. It's really cool if you ever get to go, and it's still there. It's like a small zoo, but they have a monkey island where it's
Yeah, it seemed small when I was little.
an island with monkeys, and you like get on this little ship and you sail real close to them. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
it's pretty awesome. We love
They have
it.
a lot of tigers.
Yeah. Anyways, so this was another Nickelodeon afternoon staple. Fond memories.
Afternoon? You think it was afternoon? I
Yeah.
feel like it was like dinner time.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Well, like evening.
Yeah.
Evening staple. So I feel like it was probably like Guts, and then this maybe was on after. And so this was always one of my favorites, and I think that the reason people loved it so much was because the you had all these animal teams. So you had different colors corresponding to an animal. So you had the silver snakes.
Can you name them all? Ready?
Yes. Okay. Silver snakes. Wait, how many are there total?
Just do
All
it
right.
all, and we'll.
Silver snakes, orange iguana, green monkeys, blue barracudas, red jaguars, and purple parrots.
I think that's it.
Thank you. So obviously people identified with a team. So you had like your team. This was like my one shot at pretending to be a sports fan was watching this show because I was like, that's my team. So my team was the Silver Snakes, always and forever, proud. Yes.
They do seem to be the ones I feel like that won the most, and so they were the most talented people. I really liked blue barracudas or green monkeys. I did like silver snakes, but in the point
Also
of picking
big
something
teams,
else,
but I mean the orange iguanas, not a
sucked.
big player.
They always were bad.
Never
Purple
won.
parrots, like the dummies. They were just never good. Never good.
But it's funny that I'm sure it was a random process.
totally.
Do you think they like had them do a physical challenge
Like,
and they were like seeding them?
Slow kid. Purple parrot.
That would suck. Anyway, so the premise is that it's this ancient temple, and there's all these like ancient artifacts that are in the temple. So each show is about a specific artifact that the team at the end needs to go in the temple and find. So it's actually kind of a little ingenious show because it forces kids to learn while at the same time having fun doing these things.
Yeah.
So we're not
Physical challenge.
we're unsure if these are real artifacts. I know some of them are real people, like
Yeah.
the Queen of Sheba or supposed real people. Yes, blah, blah, blah. So I'm sure that part's real.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they took some liberties, but for the most part, it seems like a pretty...
But also it's like not, so it's not all just physical challenge stuff, because the physical challenge are also like, some of it are like memory games.
Right.
So ones that not necessarily have to do
So-
with athletics,
Right.
maybe some with a little bit more strength or strategy.
And then they make you listen to this tale that Olmec, this talking, like,
Well, let's go
temple
with, like
head.
with the stages of the game. Okay. So the game starts and you have all the teams. So there's five teams.
And they
Wait,
use
6 teams.
6 or something.
And so the first challenge is like a general challenge where all the teams sort of are vying to get the 4 spots to go to the next one.
So they have to cross
So,
this moat.
It's always
is
a
a
moat. It's always a crossing a moaty one. So sometimes crossing a moaty. It was really weird. Like I was talking to a toddler. Let's cross the moaty. So yeah, there's always like crazy budget for dry ice on the show because there's not actually any real water. It's like this pit where this like dry ice steam, and it's not
It's water.
No, they
They're
don't get
wearing
wet.
water shoes. Yeah.
They don't get wet. I don't
Yeah.
think. I don't
Yeah,
think
they
anybody
can.
gets wet.
They can.
No, I don't think anybody gets
Why are they wearing water shoes then?
wet. Because that's the no. Someone was wearing sneakers one time.
Maybe that
When
was
they
a
were
little
doing the
different case.
wheel,
I'm
it
pretty
was the
sure Kirk
sneakers.
said that there was.
Okay,
a
I don't
pool.
think there's water because then you'd have to get wet and dry and like dry off and stuff, and I feel like they don't have that time.
Yeah, but as we read that article, they filmed all those one at once, and so like all the teams for the
No,
day.
I know. No, but also I don't think there's water. There's more options for people to get hurt with water and drown. or
Hey, they
something
got
like
helmets.
that.
It wasn't deep water.
It doesn't matter. You can drown in no water.
Well,
You
they
fall
all-
into it and pass out.
Whatever,
I'm telling
whatever.
you. Dry ice. Anyway, so there's the initial, just like blanket challenge of crossing this moat. Next, top 4 teams get moved on to the steps of knowledge.
So this is where they listen to Olmec tell this story, and they have to pay attention because the next part is that he asks questions, and you have to ring in by stomping on the ground and hitting this little button, and then you have to say the right answer. And if you say the right answer, then you get to go down the steps. And the first 2 teams that make it to the bottom get to go on to the next part of the game, which is
The kind of you're trying to get pendants, so life pendants, I think they're called, or just pendants, life pendants.
temple pins. I don't know.
So the pendants, once you get to the actual temple part, whoever wins at the end, you need these pendants to stay alive in the temple because there's temple guards within the temple, and if they catch you, you have to give them a life pendant, sort of like extra life in video games, right? So there's all these other little challenges. So these ones are, again, more physical challenges, some maybe a little bit more strategy than others, like a memory game. We saw that one. And there's 3 of them. So whoever gets the most pendants wins. So you can tie, and you can each get a half pendant sometimes if that happens. Or ideal, you win all of them, because if you get 3 pendants, you are like unstoppable in the actual temple. So whoever gets the most pendants then gets to run through the hidden temple and find the artifact, right?
And so the temple is when player starts. Olmec gives you like a rundown of all the different rooms. So there's all these different rooms with different kind of tasks to do in each one, and you have to climb up things and match things, all different things. And you only have 3 minutes, I think, total to get through this entire temple, grab the artifact, and then run back out. Meanwhile, there are temple guards hiding in some of the rooms that will jump out and scare the shit out of you if you enter the room. And if you run into one of them, you give them your little life pendant thing.
Life pendant.
Then either keep going or your partner subs in for you. So it's pretty exciting, and that's the game. And if you make it out, you get the grand prize.
Well, you get a couple prizes.
Well,
so
right.
there's stages of prizes. Sure. So just going into the temple, you get one. Getting the artifact, you get another. And then if you make it out of the temple by the time the 3 minutes is up, you get the grand prize. So yeah, so this show ran only for 2 years, which is shocking to me. It was a new bit of information. I thought it ran a lot longer. So from 93 to 95. So I would have been 10 to 12.
Kirk said they did 120 episodes
Wow.
in those 2 years.
Oh
So
my
it's like, I
God.
feel like it was always on. you know?
Yes. That's crazy. And they filmed 5 a day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the host's name is Kirk Fogg. Up until tonight, I thought his name was Kurt Fogg, and I feel very let down.
Looks like a Kurt.
He does look like a Kurt. That's why I was very confused.
And he's 35, you said?
So he was in his 30s.
That's crazy.
When he did this, which is funny. It just seemed like he was always drunk, and he probably had to be to do this 5 times in a fucking row.
You Could you be drunk and do that show and deal with kids? I don't know.
So he wears this hilarious tool belt.
Imagine,
In the beginning,
okay, so he's like my age now. What if I was like, hey, what's your job? So I'm like host of the
that'd be
Legends of
awesome.
the
I think we
Hidden
missed our
Temple.
calling. I think we'd be really good at it.
I think it'd be annoying. You have to really like cheese it up. He wasn't like
And then you like make
cheesy.
jokes like, oh, he's really struggling with that monkey. I don't know. It's fun. So anyway, so the beginning is my favorite part because they introduce him as like, and your host, Kurt Fogg, and he swings in on a rope, and he's wearing this like his outfit is like a blue shirt and then this tool belt.
He needs the tools. My favorite is when he's like, hey to you, hey Olmec.
That was one time. He switches it up every time.
Oh, we only watched 2. How am I supposed to know?
Well, I'm just saying it's like the improv element. I think we'd be good at it.
And we forgot that the like surrounding set piece of this whole thing is this giant talking rock sculpture.
mentioned him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Olmec? Okay.
But you interrupted me.
Well, fuck you.
So he's like he's supposed to be because that's a real thing, right? Olmec is like okay. I should have
tell
done
me, Smarty.
research, but whatever. I'm pretty sure it's a real thing. Anyways, yeah, it's a talking head, so also a fun job being Olmec the talking head. Just thought. It's probably fun. Anyway, so it's super fun and creative, and I like how everything's connected to this overarching story, legend, if you will. But obviously the things that people remember the most about this show is the final temple run and the temple guards scaring people, and then how the kids could never figure out how to do the Shrine of the Silver Monkey.
I wish the footage was better in the temple. It's just a little grainy.
It's hard to do because this was also on YouTube, and I'm sure with live on your television set, it was probably clear. A couple of things stick out to me on this rewatch. Number one is that in the early seasons, they make the kids wear jeans as the outfit.
Weird.
It seemed very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is uncomfortable for physical stuff.
I noticed later they were wearing those ugly orange sweatpants, so they must have at some point switched it up.
Why did I see khaki shorts at one point? Wasn't that the first episode we
It was
watched?
Kirk's one.
No, the kids had khaki shorts, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. I didn't see
It was
jeans at all.
Jeans. Oh, it was jeans in the last few we watched.
Oh.
And I was like, that must be uncomfortable. You have to play all those activities.
Yeah, but this was
wearing
the 90s
jeans.
where we wouldn't have like skinny jeans.
I used to wear jeans playing basketball, remember? And then like
they
mom
were
and dad
loose
made me
like
buy
pants.
shorts, and I was like, I like jeans.
No, that's when you could wear jeans in that way because they weren't fucking tight as balls.
I know. I just felt more comfortable in them. I still don't feel totally comfortable in shorts, so I'm always just like,
Yeah,
"Ugh,
shorts
what's
suck."
happening down there?
No.
So that's what
Looks
I
good in
remember.
shorts.
And then also on this rewatch, I had an epiphany that these kids are fucking strangers. They must be in a room, and they're like, all right, you and you're a team. So then you look at this kid who's you've never seen before in your life, who you probably hate immediately, and you're like, that's the kid I hated, and now you have to be their teammate. That sucks.
I'm just gonna say the 2 that we watch, both the boys of each winning team, assholes. Just want to say it. Like I turned to Sweetie and I'm
all
like,
look like assholes.
that kid has ghosted 20 girls by
They're
now.
all
I'm
probably
telling you.
drug addicts
I've probably
now.
gone on Tinder dates with each of them already. Like
But
horrible.
I had no idea. I really
Assholes.
thought that they were all that they were friends, and then you went on this show together as
The
teammates.
second one we watched didn't do the thing that had like they told about their hobbies, did they?
Yeah.
Maybe, that
Maybe they, like, didn't care.
because that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, so they'll say like, this is Kenny and his hobby
He
likes
surfs.
blah blah blah. Yeah.
She's a gymnast. This girl's in chorus and likes horseback riding. And then poor what was his name, Jeremy or something. Jeremy collects rocks.
So it was like Jeremy plays football and also collects rocks.
What the? Who collects rocks? Are they like gems? Or do they like mica on them? Or are they just rocks?
Maybe, I don't know. Don't knock it.
I
I'm
thought
sure
a rock
it's
collection
somebody's
was like a
hobby.
joke.
I don't think so.
And why would you put that on your form?
I don't know, sweetie.
Football is fine.
Hey, it's stressful, but putting down interesting things about yourself to
Hey,
people.
I had several to share, so I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my initial impressions, yes. Teammates that you don't know. That's super weird.
It's hard.
Very shocked about the monetary value of the prizes they give out. Horrible. Like, who would want to be on the show when so there's like tiers again, so you get kicked off the first time and you like literally got okay, there's one show where they wouldn't stop giving away shoes. which was like, what 12-year-old kid wants a fucking pair of shoes? Do you remember when you were a kid and like the last thing you wanted to do was go shoe shopping because you hated it so much?
Or you got shoes for Christmas and you were like,
boring. So the sponsors were Skechers and Hush Puppies, which for the record, loser shoes, Hush Puppies. Nobody wants those. Sorry if you had them, but it's true. So the first 2 rounds of prizes, the kids get shoes. That's like a punishment. I wouldn't want anything. And then another one, they got a lollipop. What the fuck?
I still feel like it had been more than one, right?
I think it was probably that whole box. But still, it was those like
the whistle
chupa
pops.
chupa like whistle.
What's chupa chupa?
It's those Mexican pops. Those ones.
They're just called a whistle pop.
No, that nobody likes. It's the Mexican pops.
This doesn't seem right.
Yes. No, they're not good. But then I remember the whistle
parrot?
one. Yeah.
The parrot was the one that the prize was today that we watched.
Yeah, and they're called Chupa Chupas. They have little round ones, kind of like Tootsie Roll Pops, but they're smaller, or like Dum Dums. But then these ones were the whistle ones where you like, yes, can whistle and lick them, but then you like lick them too much and the whistle is gone. So it's the stupidest thing ever.
Hated those.
So
Gross.
and the flavors were nasty. They're like chalky.
I don't need a whistle and a lollipop.
Yeah.
No one
Nobody
needs a
does.
whistle.
No one needs a whistle. You're like, parents hate that shit too. Like annoying. Anyway, so it's like a lot of shoes, clothes. Like who wants fucking clothes?
Yeah.
And then the grand prizes were, so again, like tiers. If you like, as soon as you get in the temple, you get one. As soon as you get the artifact, you get one. And if you clear the whole temple, you get one. So like the bottom prize was a boombox. That's like decent, I guess. Dece. A dartboard. I guess that's like kind of cool if you're like gonna be into pubs and drinking later.
I know.
And then hockey skates. What if you don't play hockey and like a stick? Like who gives a shit? And then a color TV. Okay, that was pretty cool. I guess if you're like 12, that's bitchin'. And then the last prize was always a vacation. But the first one was to this like desolate wasteland. And they're like, South Carolina. And it was just like really sad. I mean, it's not really like good footage, but it looked basically like a sandbar. Like, that's not fun for a
Yeah,
kid.
it looked terrible.
Like,
Terrible
Give
footage.
them a thing to Disney World. I mean, I
Knock
know
it
they're
out.
at like Universal Studios anyway, but still. Horrible prizes again. I don't know who would want to come on this show because you don't get anything.
Yeah, but I mean, back then I think it was just fun to be on TV.
I wonder if you get to keep the shirt because that's what I really want.
I know. So that's the other. So I bought a Silver Snake shirt because some company was making all of the team ones, and a lot of people. This was a popular Halloween costume when I was in college, anyways. But I just bought it like to just have it and like sleep in it.
Yeah.
So
When
had
I
a Silver
Googled
Snakes.
it to make my Instagram post today, it was like all where you could buy real ones, real shirts. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I just want to mention that. So there's, again, a great article on the AV Club about Kirk Fogg. So they did a TV movie or something recently, which was a remake of Legends of the Hidden Temple, but a movie, like a live action movie. It was like kids that need to find something in a temple.
Oh, okay.
So in this article, it's again like a question and answer thing. Like the supermarket sweep one was, this one has a couple funny tidbits. One was that they needed a replacement host after Stone Stanley had gotten the gig, but then dropped out.
Who's Stone Stanley?
Is that made up? What are these names? That this is
I thought it was like Olmec
Kirk
stage
Fogg
names.
is his real name, just so you know. I
Yeah,
looked it up.
good names.
And was like, wow. So I think with a name like that, you have to go into something like this. Otherwise, what's the point?
No other game shows after this.
Not that I could see. Yeah. But yeah, pretty interesting thing. He again says a thing about the teams. So another thing I noticed was that it's pretty sexist, even though I mean, with reason. I know there are girls who are really good at physical activities and stuff, but for the most part, they were not on this show, from what I saw.
But also, they had all the boys do the really physical stuff, and the girls had to do all the brainy kind of
I know,
non-physical.
but watching
challenges.
the girls like run the temple is what I'm talking about. Like it's just basic science.
We watched two. I'm not gonna count out women. From the
No,
team.
I'm not either. I'm just saying that like most of the girls that got on the show weren't that great at that physical stuff. So I get it. And especially when you're young like that, like your muscle strength is it's not there for girl. Like, could you do the rope climb? No.
No one can do a cargo net. What have we learned from watching this?
Did I say cargo
What have
net?
we learned from American
I
Gladiators?
did not mean cargo nets.
The
Those are
cargo
tricky as
net.
fuck. Those are fucked up. I was talking about rope
okay,
climb in gym
yeah.
class.
It was a lot of
Impossible.
climbing. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Let's take it
We
back
just-
to the physical,
the upper body
the
strength is
presidential
difficult.
fitness challenge in gym, where to get presidential, you had to do a pull up,
And-
and no one could do a pull up.
And what's the point of that? What do you get if you're? What's that?
Remember,
get
you
that
got a little
certificate?
badge and a certificate.
The president doesn't come and give it to
No,
you.
the
What's
Presidential
point?
Fitness Award.
I don't
And
want
so
that.
I always got the red badge, which was national. Except one time my gym teacher felt bad for me because I aced every other one with flying colors and I couldn't do a pull up. And she's like, "Here, have this anyway. I know you can do it mentally." Just kidding. But yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
The shuttle run,
Was there an option not
The
to do
sit
it?
and
'Cause
reach.
That's what I did.
the mile run. A mile run?
What?
Wow, that seems intense.
Well, when I was little, I could run for like
oh, me too. So
for
you
a
couldn't
while.
run so fast.
And the monkey bars owned it. And then when I hit like 12, forget it. It was
Oh,
over.
oh my God, the sit up part. Oh, that was one of them. Someone had to hold your feet and you had to do
Yeah.
as many sit ups in a minute as possible. That'd be a good challenge to see if you can pass the presidential fitness challenge now. Maybe it doesn't even exist.
I would not be able to.
Bullshit.
So no.
But yeah, so this was like when we were trying to remember all of the game shows that Nickelodeon had, and we're going to cover these separately in separate bonus eps, but just to like list them out. So I think Nick Arcade being the oldest one, the one where you like are in the video game.
Not the oldest.
Pretty sure
I
that was the
think
first
that other
one.
one that there's like a giant phone with big numbers and you have to like push it. What about the one at the room? There's like rooms.
That's Double Dare. Aren't those Double Dare?
no. This was like old, and it was like get the picture or something.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to do some research.
Carmen San Diego. Oh man, so good.
Oh well, but just Nickelodeon.
Oh, just
Yeah.
Nickelodeon. Okay.
Yeah. So Nick Arcade,
got
I
it.
think, was their real initial game, and then Guts, and then Global Guts. Awesome. Double Dare. Oh, Double Dare was probably the first one, actually. Family Double Dare, if you want to do the other iterations of it. What would you do if you remember that one? Also a Mark Summers vehicle. Figure It Out with Summer Sanders, ex-Olympian swimmer.
Love that one.
She's so cool. And then Wild and Crazy Kids, which was like that taped kind of one about like big challenges and stuff like that. With Omar Gooding, Donnie Jeffcoat, Annette Chavez, Omar Gooding, and then
okay.
that Jessica
Get the
girl.
Picture was one. I was right.
Yeah.
1991.
Wow.
Michael Malley,
Yeah.
presented by. Does that mean he's the host? What does that mean? Hello? Huh. Okay.
But yeah, so many good game shows.
Make
and they
the
were so fun. And I
grade.
just remember like plunking down in front of the TV and being like, "Yes, this is on," and getting really excited. So there you have it.
Finders Keepers. Is that the one I was thinking of? Ooh, this one looks
I
old.
don't remember these.
1987.
Whoa. Well, when did Nickelodeon start?
Now I have to go Google that. Shit. Shit, yo. Shit. Oh, shit. Okay, Nickelodeon. Launched on December 1st, 1977.
What? Must have not been like a big thing.
That's fucking crazy. Man, I love Nickelodeon. Remember when we went to Nickelodeon? Did we already talk about this?
No.
We went to the Nickelodeon studios when we went to
Shelby Woo set.
Yep, and we saw the Shelby. We toured the Shelby Woo set. That was fun.
Was Pat Morita in that?
Probably. They were like, we need a Chinese guy. He's not even Chinese.
No.
He's Japanese. But Shelby Woo was Chinese.
Chinese. Yeah, maybe
That's
it wasn't
so
her.
racist.
I feel like it was.
No,
but-
it probably was.
Wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure. Who else would they get? Hollywood is racist piles of shit.
What was the full name of that
Yep,
show?
that's her. The Mystery
Files
Files
of
of
Shelby
Shelby
Woo.
Woo. Oh, I love Shelby Woo.
Wait, he was in it?
Irene Nick. She's in. Yeah, he was. He was in it. She's in the Joy Luck Club.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's the one that. Yeah. Okay.
So
All right.
Pat Morita played a Chinese guy?
Yes. Flip flopping.
Pat.
He's racially
Ambiguous.
ambiguous.
For
For the
Asian.
Asian. Ugh, awful. Anyways, yeah. So I swear I found, maybe they took it down or something, but there's this great YouTube video of like a compilation of all the funniest times that temple guards scared the kids in the temple. And my favorite one was this guy. And it seems like it's always the boys that get like real scared sometimes. They play it real cool, but then the second that temple guard comes out, they're like, they lose it. And this one kid was so scared that he like ran out of the temple and like out of it.
It's
Like he
basically
left
like
the
being in a
game.
haunted house.
Yes.
And the one you brought up, which was I totally remember, is that room. It's the room of the ancient warriors. And so there's these like sculptures with these arms and like that are their arms are up. So then you have to sit on one and bring the arms down and whatever one it is, it opens the door.
Like a cat. It's like the thing that like mummies are in.
Yeah,
like a
sarcophagus or something. But like sometimes the temple guard would be in that, and so they would bring the arms down. It would be like someone's arm, and they'd be like,
ugh, so scary.
Definitely the scariest
Another time
stuff.
they'd be hiding in the pit of despair, like in under the stuff, and jump out at you. Oh my god! There's another one. Remember with this like the trees, and you have to stick your hand in the knot hole to find the key or whatever, and then they
sometimes
grab
there's
your
one in there.
hand.
Yeah. Reminds me of
fuck
this
it.
haunted house I went to when I was little, the one at Sea Call Farm, remember, on the Cape, and there were like the maze, and it was a completely black room, but there were open sides of the maze, so then there was people hiding in there, and they would drag you out, like you'd be going through the maze, and they would come out and drag you into the hole. It was the most terrifying thing in the world.
No. That's not cool.
Yeah.
That's why I never did haunted houses. Did my
Oh,
only
that
one in
was so
kindergarten.
scary.
Was like, I'm never going back. Can't even do kids haunted houses. Forget it.
I love
Just
haunted
like,
houses. It's so fun.
no. I hate being
I love being
scared.
scared like
I like
that.
watching other people getting scared,
It's
but
pretty
not
fun.
me. I will not. I refuse.
So there was also another like YouTube compilation kind of video about this, about the shrine of the silver monkey. So I think that's the room that everybody remembers. So there's like 3 pieces of this monkey sculpture, and you have to put them in order and then put them on this little platform and then slam the head down to open the door to like go on to other things. So that one is the room that the kids like most struggled with. So it was like lesson 1, like make sure to put the pieces facing the audience or something. I don't know. So it was like all like 8 lessons to learn. They had all these clips of kids like getting it wrong and stuff. Oh man, that was so fun. But that was the room I always
Yeah,
remembered.
I always remember kids would be like so close to getting it, and then they could not figure out they had to like slam the head down. And Kirk's always like yelling, like, "You gotta
if they
turn
can
around."
hear
I know,
him.
that's what I was wondering. How well can they hear him? Probably not well at all. But that must just be stressful. Just you're on the clock, you're running through these fucking.
I mean, do they? I know he
obstacles.
like Olmec like kind of describes what to do in each room, but like, do
I
they
don't
give them a
remember.
little walk? They must give them a little walk
can't
through
remember. And
before the show to be like, okay, this is what you do in each
I don't
room.
know. It's a long day though, because they already have to do all that. It's like a 14-hour day already filming everything. It just doesn't. So, but my thing is always the sound that the door makes when it opens. I feel like is also kind of faint, and everybody's cheering. I feel like you can't. Sometimes they don't hear it, and they don't. I remember this one time a kid had opened the door, and it was open, and he didn't realize that he had opened it, and was still trying to do things for like 20
that's so
seconds. And Kirk was like,
sad.
"You opened it. It's open. It's open." It was so sad. But yeah, the best part is just watching the kids go through that temple and like being dumb, and it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. The second one that we watched, like the girl went first, and there were 2. She got knocked out by the temple guards immediately, but they had so many life. What are those called?
Pendants.
Pendants. I'm like amulet. That the guy who went in after her still had one, and there was only one temple guard left. So like he like no matter what, like they were gonna win, and he just like bombed through that and bombed out. He had like 30 seconds left at the end of the clock by the time he made it out. They were
Longer.
very
He had
good.
like a minute. It was like
And then he like
flying.
breezed by his teammate.
Yeah.
Didn't even like slap a high five or anything. It was just like, yeah, woo. And he was like looking at the fake almanac. It was like a ruby earring. I'm like, dude, it's not real. He's
Oh
like,
my
"Look
god!
at that."
I just thought of the best fan fiction romance novel where 2 kids meet on the show and hate each other, and they're contestants and they get paired up, and then their whole lives they have to like interact because they're like local celebrities and they happen to be from the same town. Just go with it, and then they grow up and then they fall in love.
I want to read this
And
so
then
bad.
Olmec marries them.
I now
Kirk
pronounce
Fogg
you
gives the bride away.
Silver Snake and Green Monkey.
No, they'd be on the same team. God,
I now pronounce you the Silver Snakes.
I'll write it tomorrow.
Goodbye, everybody. I love that like sign off for game shows. Oh, this is what I want to bring up. So the one sweetie confusion I have about this little ditty is that I guess in game shows in general, I always thought I believe it is a parting gift when you leave before the show is over. You know, you're knocked out in some way, and you're parting the show. You're departing, if you will. So it's a parting gift. As a little kid, I thought they were party gifts. Like, what a party. I don't
Party
know.
favors?
Yeah, I guess that's
Like,
what
woo,
you're like leaving.
such a party being on this show.
So
Here's a
I was
goodie
like,
bag.
oh, we have. And I remember that like hosts of all shows. I remember like Shop Till You Drop specifically for some reason. We have some nice parting gifts for you. Nice party gifts for you.
Whistle pops.
See? Like Chupa Chupas. Can you fucking believe that? You're leaving the show and they're like, here's your fucking whistle pop. You're like, I just climbed a cargo net. Give me something more than a fucking hush puppy.
Sucks. Your guts gave you a piece of the aggro crag, you know? At least
Your side of the crag.
your side of the crog. Mo. Love that bitch. Such a good show. But, yeah. I agree. Terrible prizes. Terrible.
Yeah.
Why would you be on this show?
Like
Forget it.
the worst. That's why it only lasted 2 years, because after a while they're like, we can't get kids to
Kids complain.
to come and compete on this. It's like
a
and it's
protest.
hard. Like after every challenge, the kids are like, like huffing and puffing, and they're kids.
And it's so reliant on this teammate that you've never met before and is a stranger. And if they suck, you get so mad. The other teammate gets so mad if the other one's doing poorly. It's great. I love it. Oh, it's good. It's classic. But yeah, that's Legends of the Hidden Temple in a nutshell.
We know you watched it.
There's some good viewing on YouTube, so get on there and check out those videos. Read that AV Club article with Kirk Fogg, not Kurt. Dumb. I'm like so disappointed. And now I know why he wasn't coming up on IMDb, because I kept trying to search for Kurt Fogg. It wasn't
Fog with
working.
2 G's.
Yeah, 2 G's. Sorry. Yeah. Should have said that at the beginning so you knew what we were dealing with. But yeah, I love it. I love that show. So I guess that's it. That was our bonus ep.
Yeah, we were lucky. We did 2 episodes, and wow.
They don't know that.
Oops. I did it again. I recorded a podcast with my little sweetie. We talked about the hidden temple.
Olmec. That's all I got tonight. That's all I got tonight, folks.
All right.
Thanks for
kids.
stopping by.
Sounds good.
So thanks for listening. Catch you next time.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.